Right, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about a situation that has went incredibly viral over the past few days, and it's actually like an altercation between McDonald's staff and a customer. Now, when this video started doing the rounds across social media a few days ago, there wasn't really any like added context other than what we actually see in the video of like the confrontation and whatnot, but we actually do have added context now because the person in the video that a lot of people have voiced their opinions on has actually made a TikTok video kind of giving her side of the story. Now, I'm not 100% sure where this video was originally posted. When we do actually get to the explanation video later, she mentions that it kind of was posted to Facebook at first, but look, I'm not sure. I'm assuming it was by the person recording the video, right? But the clip I'm seeing everywhere has a TikTok watermark on it, on an account that when I went to their account to look for the video, it wasn't there, so I was a bit confused. I'm actually watching this video currently on Twitter. It's been reposted there, but either way, this is the video.
Why did you close down at 7:30 when it says 8?
7:30.
But your sign says 8.
Just shut the door and lock it. Shut the door and lock it.
Okay, so just some added context straight away, right? Like I said, we don't get much context at this point, but I've seen the explanation. We get to hear a bit more later. This video was actually recorded on New Year's Eve, so about a month ago right now. It's kind of only just really started going viral the past few days, but it was recorded about a month ago. So because it's New Year's Eve and businesses close at different times on New Year's Eve, this McDonald's in particular was supposed to close at 8 according to this sign, and it's actually closed at 7:30. This customer has made an order on her app. She's got to the store and have said they're closed and that she can't get the food, and that is why she's complaining.
I'm sorry, it's okay. Hi.
It's not okay. So give me the number to your corporate office.
See, I told you she doesn't understand what you're saying.
Oh, really? That's funny. She understands me just fine.
Okay, so judging from that, you might be able to tell why it kind of went viral. It is mainly that clip that is going around. But the video does carry on. They kind of go back to the window, and I believe it's a different woman talking this time, basically saying that they want to know the name of the person who flipped them off because they're going to get fired.
What's that young girl's name? The one with the ponytail.
And the visor.
It's in the...
She was just standing here next
The
to you.
two ladies?
Yeah.
The one with the ponytail, she's skinny. She's going to get fired. And she's going to curse and say F you and all that when she closed the door. She's getting fired.
Why did you
telling
guys close the
I'm
kitchen at
telling
7:30 when the
What's
sign
her
says
name?
8?
What is her name? Then get her over here. We want her name. She's getting fired. I'm coming back over here. That's her right there.
Okay, so that's a video, and from what I understand with all the explanations and whatnot, this is actually the manager here who they're speaking to currently, and it seems like she's kind of just pretending she doesn't know what the other staff member's name is, like when they're asking. Or at least that's what Kylie says in her video, Kylie being the person who flipped them off. And like I said before, this actually started doing the rounds on Facebook originally, I believe posted by the person who kind of took the video. And the reaction on Facebook seems to be a lot different to the other social media platforms. From what I can tell, people on Facebook are on the side of the person recording the video, and they are not happy with the McDonald's worker who flipped them off. Then we actually have TikTok, where they very much love the staff member who flipped them off, Kylie, and it's actually got to the point where they're making like edits about her and stuff. We'll get to all of that. And then there's Twitter, which seems to be kind of in the middle. It's very like split opinions. So like I mentioned before, Twitter's where I'm watching this video currently. It was actually posted by a user called Rudy, who actually left a caption on his video saying, "Who is this diva in the ponytail? Love her." And this tweet, by the way, has got 25 million views, 327,000 likes. Yeah, it went pretty big. And like I mentioned, there's very mixed opinions, right? We've got someone here saying the customers are right though, they shouldn't be closing early. Another person saying, why is everyone celebrating her disrespect? It's all I love her until it's you who's on the other side of the glass trying to eat something, but they're closed 30 minutes before they're supposed to. And then on the flip side, we've got comments like this saying, enough of Karen feeling entitled to belittle hardworking fast food employees. Another reply here saying, I have a firm rule, never order less than an hour before close. I just assume the cook has started cleaning the grill and I don't want my food messed with. And another reply saying, you're gonna get someone fired because you can't get a McDouble, shake my head. Drive 5 miles down the road to the next McDonald's, Brenda. Now over on TikTok, where Kylie makes her response video, people love her, right? People actually started making like these edits. I'll show you one for example, but there are so many of them. This one in particular has got 82,000 likes. And just to give you a bit of a pre-warning, there is a chance that I might have to change the music because I don't know if it's copyrighted, but this is the video.
See, I told you she doesn't understand what you're saying.
Oh, really? That's funny. She understands me just fine.
And on top of the many, many edits, her name has now changed. She's got a nickname, and people are calling her Mcdiva. I mean, the caption on this video is, who is this Mcdiva? And if we look at the comments, there's a bunch of comments like this one saying, yes, Mcdiva. And it really does feel like every year this kind of happens on the internet, just with a completely like different situation, right? You can go back all the way to like the Cash Me Outside girl, right? Video goes viral, get a nickname. Hawk Tour girl, which whenever that was, a year or two ago, video goes viral, get a nickname. It seems like this is kind of one of them. In fact, Kylie has made a TikTok account because of the situation, and she has literally called her username Mcdiva, so I guess it's sticking. And as we can see in her account, all her videos are getting quite a lot of views, especially this one right here with 5.8 million views, where she goes on to explain what happened. Now, leading up to this explanation video, people kind of knew what had happened afterwards, right? Because Kylie started posting some videos saying that she had got fired, right? She posts this video, which is like another like edit made of her, and the caption is saying, tell him to rehire me. And someone's even commented here saying, where did you get fired? And she replied saying yes. So it was clear that she was fired because of this situation. It was also very clear that most people on TikTok, at least, right? It depends where you see the video, but most people on TikTok didn't think she should have got fired. Like, there's a comment here with 11,000 likes that says, I can't believe they fired you. You were literally serving, you know, a little play on words. There's more comments like this one saying, everyone that works in customer service understands what you did. You did what all of us wish we could. And then just more comments saying stuff like, I believe you. You did nothing wrong. The influencer we need. I don't know why she was complaining about not getting food when you were clearly serving. Okay, I feel like this is like the running joke of it all, right? I mean, it makes sense with what I was comparing to earlier, right? With like the Cash Me Outside situation, Hawk Tour. Yeah, you get the nickname, but you also do need like a slogan. Cash me outside. How about, is that what did she even say again? Cash me outside. How about that? I think that's what she said. It's been a while. And now, of course, we've apparently got Mcdiva, who is literally serving. So it all makes sense. But now let's get to the explanation video that was just posted a day ago as I'm recording this video right now. And like I said before, 6 million views. It went pretty big. And she starts off by explaining like the whole closing time situation with it being New Year's Eve.
So it was New Year's Eve and we closed at 8 o'clock. And I was told by my manager that we need to shut down the restaurant at 7:30 so we can completely clean the restaurant because nobody was going to be there the next day. So we needed to clean everything, take out the trash, etc. So 7:30 came around and I was on headset at the time. So I was already turning away customers. And I was really hoping this wasn't going to start problems because I understand that like 30 minutes, like you still have time to come in and get food if it was a regular day. But because it was New Year's Eve, we stopped cooking at 7:30. So 7:30, no more food.
I mean, yeah, as you just heard, she says that she hoped that it didn't turn into like a big thing. Even then, though, I doubt she would ever think that it could turn into a situation that's been seen by tens of millions of people at this point. And now this is where we get to hear more about the conversation between the customer and the members of staff, where Kylie says that she saw another member of staff talking to this customer who was complaining about their order. And this is around 7:45, right? So 15 minutes before the closing time on the sign, 15 minutes after they said they were going to stop serving food.
So one of my coworkers came up to me and was like, hey, like there's a lady at the window who won't leave. I'm like, okay, like I'll handle it. And this was before she started recording. I had one over there and I opened the window and she was like, how come the sign says 8 o'clock but you guys are closed? I had a mobile order, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, at this time, it's like 7:45. And I'm like, look, I'm so sorry. Like, we don't have any more food. We shut down at 7:30 so we can clean and go home. And she just kept repeating herself. And she was like, I don't understand. The sign says 8. It's only 7:30. I had a mobile order, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, you can go in the app and cancel it and you'll get your refund. Like, we don't have food left. I can't make you food. That's not in my job description. And I'm just doing what my manager told me to do. My manager sat and told me 7:30, no more food, no more customers, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand how it even like get to this point, right? I can imagine, right, you order your food, you think it closes at 8, so you're expecting to get your food, you show up there and find out that they're no longer serving food, even though you've already paid in the app. That could be annoying, I get that. But as we've seen in the video, the conversation goes on for quite a while. We also hear in this video, apparently the customer got out of the car and was like stood at the window, like having the conversation and kind of like complain about the order. I just don't think it should ever really get to that point, surely. Like, yeah, it's a bit annoying because now you have to get your refund through the app, but at the end of the day, you'll get your refund through the app, and I'm sure there would be other places open. Now, in terms of the whole firing thing, clearly, like, people on, well, TikTok specifically, are saying, oh, I don't see why you'd get fired. I mean, to me, I feel like that was obviously always going to happen, regardless if you think it's right or wrong. If there's a video going around that's got millions of views from a member of staff flipping off some customers, chances are they're probably going to get fired. But either way, the video carries on. Kylie's explaining that she's having this conversation with the customers. They're asking to speak to a manager. Kylie tells them that the manager's first language isn't English, so that kind of explains part of the video where they're saying like, oh, she understood me fine or whatever else. Obviously, there was some conversation about the language, but the manager did end up coming over to try and help with the situation, and that's kind of where we see the video seemingly start.
So then she just kept like running her mouth, so I shut the window and I walked away. Walked away, kept cleaning, minding my business, and my manager was already stressed out because when we have people who are coming in and like demanding food when we physically can't give it to them, it's like stressful for the managers because like, even if you're nice, it's kind of hard to deal with them. So I was cleaning, and then in the video, you'll see that I like come around the corner. And before that video started recording, or it might be in the video, I don't remember, but my manager was standing there, you know, dealing with the register, trying to count the drawer or whatever. And I saw the lady slam the door open, like open it herself. And I was like, that's not okay. So you see, I walk over there. At first I was quiet. I was listening to what was being said. And, you know, my manager's first language is not English. So before the lady started recording, she did ask for my manager. And I told her, look, like, my manager, one, is already dealing with enough. She's trying to clean up the restaurant. And two, she's not really going to be able to sit and fix your problem because she's not going to 100% understand you. Like, and so I told her no, but my manager, I guess, ended up going over there anyway. And then you see in the video her saying, oh, why does the sign say 8, but it's only 7:45, whatever.
Okay, so a few things mentioned there that are interesting. I mean, the one that stood out to me was apparently the customer came over to the window that was closed and like opened it to speak to people, like she opened it herself. Again, I don't understand how it gets to that point where you're doing stuff like that. Like, yeah, I get it could be a frustrating situation, right? But surely it's not that deep. And in fact, as the video goes on, Kylie goes on to explain that this customer apparently got out of the car, like I mentioned earlier, and actually came over to the window and wasn't just like sat in a car through the drive-thru.
And when I sat and said, like, I told you she wasn't going to understand you. Now, did my manager understand that lady? Probably. But it's like, nobody wants to deal with that when they're trying to close a restaurant. Nobody has time for these customers to sit and come harass us. I could understand if she had pulled through the drive-thru, because what I think should have happened was they closed down the drive-thru. But again, that's not my job. I'm not a manager. I was just a crew member there. So if she had like come through the drive-thru in her car and then just took what I said and left, cool. No, she got out of her car and walked up to the window. And there were actually 2 ladies in the video, but the main lady who was recording, so yeah, and in the video you hear them calling me names and saying, oh, what's her name? Like, she's gonna get fired. And my manager stood up for me by saying she didn't know my name. Obviously, my manager knows my name. The manager in the video, I absolutely love her. Me and her are like this.
Okay, so as you just heard, Kylie said that the manager pretended to like not know her name so she wouldn't get reported or whatever else. And Kylie has also made it clear in like the comment sections and whatnot that it isn't this manager who decided that Kylie should have got fired because of this situation. So from everything that we can tell, it's got nothing to do with this manager. The reason she got fired is because the video ended up going viral. And in fact, Kylie goes on to talk about how when this video was first posted, she was getting a lot of hate.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically all that really happened. The part of the video that you see of me is not the whole situation. So this video was originally posted on Facebook under the woman who was recording her account. And like so many people were hating on me. And it was just like, you guys didn't see the whole video. But now my video has come to light on like all social media platforms. And so yeah, I did get fired, unfortunately, but that job was, you know, you gotta have patience. You gotta just know how to, I guess, deal with rude people. And I was already fed up with her because I was already being nice. So me sticking up my middle finger, should I have done it? No. But it's just like, when you're so tired, when you've been at work all day, working in fast food, people are so greedy for their food.
I mean, yeah, like I said before, I would have been more surprised if she didn't get fired, especially if we're talking about like McDonald's, which is like this obviously probably the biggest fast food chain in the world, right? They've got a certain image that they have to keep, and if a video like this is going viral and a lot of people are angry about it, which clearly there were, it doesn't surprise me that they made the decision that they did, regardless if you think it's right or wrong. Well, it's McDonald's, right? I wouldn't expect anything different. Now, obviously, as we just heard Kylie saying that she shouldn't have flipped them off and whatnot, and she actually goes on to talk about like the conversation of when she did get fired.
It's New Year's Eve, maybe you don't want to cook, maybe you're cooking tomorrow, but there's plenty of other options, and because she could have gotten her money back, I don't understand why she was so nasty and rude. You know, I didn't cuss at her, I didn't call her any names, I didn't do any of that. It wasn't until I realized she was recording what you see in the video after I shut the window. I realized she was recording me and I was like, you know, that's not really okay either, but whatever. So I flipped her off and I didn't really think I was going to get fired, but they were like, look, what you did was unforgivable. You brought a lot of attention to the restaurant, a lot of hate, and it was just like, you know, once they fired me, I said, okay, it wasn't a big deal. I had been in that job for like 2 years. It was never really a healthy environment. It was very stressful, very fast paced.
Okay, so that's the full explanation video. And like I mentioned a few times in this video, Kylie's getting a lot of support throughout this whole situation. This video in particular, 6 million views. It's on about 1 million likes. In the comment section as well, people are clearly on Kylie's side. There's comments like this one with about 50,000 likes that says, I'm confused, why were you fired? Another comment with about 80,000 likes that says, you got fired for what? There's also a lot of people just simply saying, is this Mcdiva? That's got 55,000 likes. And then a bunch more comments, 96,000 likes. The only reason I'm even reading these out, like the numbers, is just because this situation is so fucking big. But there's a comment like this one saying, girl, have you seen the edits? People love you. Another one saying your manager saying she didn't know your name was the best part, like it sent me. Oh, and I think I've just came across the biggest comment. This one's got 181,000 likes on a comment. I was on your side immediately, didn't even need to hear the story. So yeah, people are clearly supporting Kylie throughout this whole situation. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I don't know how big the situation is going to get. Obviously, it's only been within the past few days. It seems like pretty big. But yeah, if you're on someone's side, let me know that in the comments. Just any overall thoughts on everything that we mentioned. If you did enjoy, please do the like, subscribe, all that stuff. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.